So I've arrived here where I'm going to be doing my field test. It's a pretty wide open space. It's a parking lot. It's something that you might see get used as a staging area for a wildfire. So I came out of the city about 45 minutes to Wabamun Lake to try this out, and I'll show you the setup that I've got running right now. So in the truck, I'm just recording the Portage map, which that is all running off the Starlink and the Bluetti, which is hooked up to the solar panel. Then here I've also got a mesh node hub, which is also on a solar panel. And I've got the air quality sensor, and I just stuck the environmental sensor down there on its own battery. So everything here is electrified without any grid power. And the solar panel right now, even with it cloudy, is bringing in 118 watts. It's got 30% storage saved up, and it's the output is 140 watts. So that's going to last quite some time. And then on my person, I'm going to have my cell phone. It'll be recording a screenshot of the live as well of the map. I've got two mesh nodes with me, both with whip antennas. I'm screen recording my phone. I'm screen recording the laptop, which means I've got hazardscape.com running in the truck. I've got Hazardscape app running on my phone. Right now, I've already listed this parking lot as a waypoint. I'm going to drop another marker, and I'm just going to put, for example, fire. I'm going to choose the hazard symbol, and we'll put it right in the mix there. Oh, tapped it twice. And as you see, that's popping up in the truck real time. So I could have unlimited number of people linked into Portage right now, and they would have all seen that. On the map, you can also see some of the nodes that I've chosen to share, which is the truck will stay on place. I've got the environmental data showing. And I think, yeah, our air quality sensor, I've got not on, I've got the air quality sensor kind of pushed out, so it's not showing precisely where it is. This is going to serve as a couple of live demos. One, just showing the capacity and capability of having an off-grid system with a Starlink running off of solar in terms of the battery. Then I'm going to be moving along the area here, communicating through the mesh network. No cell service, no Wi-Fi. We're going to see what kind of distances we get. And I'll do some demos of how Portage would react in the field in terms of that common operating picture. On the Portage map, you should see my blue icon moving. That's my phone. And you'll see the truck there. That is going to stay still. And that's where our receiving, we'll call it the hub, is in terms of the mesh network. So I'm just going to send a little hello here. There you go. So that went through. That's through the mesh network. That's going from this red node back to the one that's on the tripod on the solar panel. That was no cell service. There's no Wi-Fi. And I just dropped a marker there for test one to show where I transmitted from. As I'm walking here, I just hopped over to the Windy app just to get a level of the air quality where I'm at. And you can see it's kind of in that moderate to unhealthy. Well, if we head over to Portage, I've got my air quality out, and you can see there the red and the yellow. It's at a rating of parts per million 10, just under 81, parts per million 2.5 at about 70, and then just over 45 for parts per million 1. Okay, now we're at another location. Let's see how we're doing in terms of signal to our node back at the truck from where we are. All right, so you can see there it went through. We'll go back on and mark our map. Call that one test 2. We'll get a little bit more accurate here. I'll zoom right in, try and get it right on top of me, but there you go. While we're out here, I'll just give you a quick example of ATAC. So I am logged into ATAC on my phone, and you can see there, hopefully, that our setup is linked in with ATAC, but it's still running off the Portage and Hazardscape servers. We're getting into a little bit more of a wooded area. So let's do another test. back to the truck through the mesh network. There you go. Received, and we'll drop that marker. Now you're going to notice something on the map. You just saw a blue dot come on there. That's my location through ATAC. And again, that's not on the ATAC system or server. That's my server now displaying on Portage. Okay, so we're in a clearing here on a hill. The parking lot is just where that beach is, and you can see I did a trace route. So the node on my person is getting to the truck from here. So in a situation, this is an excellent place to send a message because you've got a direct line of sight. It's not even going through the other node. I'm still getting to the truck. So you can see here that I'm at 0 hops, meaning I'm not hopping through another node testing from where I'm at. I'm actually this has already beat my expectations of what I would get through to today in terms of distance. I'll be able to do the measurements when I get home. But I'm going to continue up to the highway here because we are getting into, away from the open lake into kind of back into the forested area, and we'll see what results we get. So I'm going to end the test here because things are getting really slow. Signals are going in and out. I'm getting a lot of interference for whatever reason. With that small setup, I was able to text message back to the base 1.04 kilometers by the way the crow flies. Will this replace the need for first responders to have radios and repeaters set up? Probably not. But for communities and households and neighborhoods that want to have a system that's friendly, easy to set up, inexpensive, where they can still text family members, mesh nodes are a great option. And I think they will be an option for first response agencies that are looking to include something a little bit different in maybe their camp or their staging operations.